race, not alone by myself, but with you. Though tough times come out of my way, that we will rise and we conquer new ground. We will stand up and rise together. We will march into victory. Hold my hand and this day we know IQI, it's for you as it has been for me. Everyone shine. All of us is for a reason, for a greater vision. We will rise together. We will march into victory. Hold my hand and this day we know IQI is for you as it has been for me. We will stand up and rise together. We will march into victory. Hold my hand and this day we know IQI is for you as it has been for me.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to IQI International Prop Chat. My name is Danny. I will be your host for the day. IQI International Prop Chat is our weekly program where we will showcase and share information on international real estate. So do join us every Saturday, 9:30 GMT plus 8. Now, today we have a very special guest from Canada. So let us welcome Fizza from IQI Canada. Welcome,
Hi.
Fizza.
Hi,
Hi,
thank you so
nice to
much.
meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah. So, Fiza, this is your first time to our program.
Yes,
So
I'm
maybe you
very
can share with
excited.
us a little about your background.
Yeah. So everyone, I'm Fizza. I'm the marketing coordinator at IQI Canada. And my background, well, I am originally from Pakistan, and I moved here to Canada in 2014. So about seven 7 years, right? Yeah. I came here and I started my university. So I've graduated from University of Toronto.
Mhm,
And then I've just recently started working at IQI Canada.
mhm.
And yeah, go ahead.
No, no. Like, what makes you choose Canada? I mean, like, out of all the countries, right? So, what Canada has that
Well,
attracts you?
so well, when we applied for immigration, so my whole family has moved from Pakistan to Canada.
Uh,
So it's not just me. So I was very young when my dad applied for, when my father applied for the immigration. So I'm not sure why he chose Canada, but I can assume why he chose it because he's been here before he applied.
mhm.
So now when I've lived here, I know that Canada like is such a multicultural country that you don't feel homesick here a lot. So
Uh,
like you come to Canada and you still have all these communities. No matter where you're coming from, you will find your community here. You will find um your local um shops, stores, and places or events, or you'll find people here that won't make you that will make you feel home. So that plus the living standards here, the healthcare system, all of this, and the education system, some of the top world universities are here. So all of this combined, I think that's what made my dad chose Canada. And that's if I were to choose a country for myself, if I was still outside of Canada, I wanted to go somewhere else and live somewhere else, I will again maybe choose Canada, just because now I know what the life standard here is.
So like before the immigration, did you actually come to Canada before?
No, no. I
Uh,
actually I actually didn't travel yeah, at all before coming to Canada. So,
wow.
coming to Canada was my first ever flight. So
Wow.
I hadn't even taken a flight before that. So yeah, this was my first time flying and first time going to another country. So yeah, I've never been to Canada before, but my dad has. So, like like he has traveled a lot, uh, unlike me. But for me, it was my first time coming to Canada.
So your first flight actually, you took the first flight to your new home.
To my new home. Yes, correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So when you first landed on Canada, like because 7 years ago, I is you're still pretty young, right? Like
Yes.
so is there any interesting stories or cultural shock that you have?
Yeah, actually a lot. I was in cultural shock for about a year or two when I
Mhm.
started living here. Actually, we went to, before coming to Canada, we actually visited UAE, Dubai, right? So
Uh,
that was a very lively and, a lot of happening there. So it's a very different country. And so when we went there for like about 2 days, it was just a layover between our flight to Canada. So when we went there, and then came here to Canada and I landed here, it was a very different, environment.
yeah.
Then, my home country or Dubai, they were both two different places. And then Canada was an extremely different place. And we came during September, so it was like, winter was starting a little bit. So that is just, the weather and everything, it was a shock to me, at that point. And then I started my university, um
Mhm.
like I think a couple days after I landed, my classes were starting. So
Oh.
I started going to my university. And I remember that we used to live, um in a place, we were staying at a relatives, but just for the first few days. So they lived in a place where I had to commute for 2 hours,
Mhm.
to go to my university. So
Oh, that's very far.
yeah, so it was like
Mhm.
public transport, like buses and stuff, but for 2 hours, like each way. So that was very, hard for me to adjust with, because you're in a new country, you're adjusting with the new everything, and then on top of that, you like the big commute, like the long commute that you have to do. So yeah, so all of that plus when I went to university, I'm a very shy person when I first meet people. So I had to try so hard to make friends here, because
Mhm.
came from a very close-knit community. I could, whenever I even changed schools back in Pakistan, I would make friends right away. People would just start talking to me because it will be like a smaller class size and then we'll just get along. Here they were like hundreds, like 100 or 200 students in one course, one lecture room. So it was hard for me to, find someone to talk to and then make friends with them. So yeah, a lot of cultural shocks, but then it takes time, and then you find your friends, and you find your, common people to talk to, and you find your community around you. And yeah, so it took me time, but there were a lot of cultural shocks.
Mhm. I see. Because from what I heard from others, right, like Canadians or people in Canada, being mixed culture, so their more open to accepting like other peoples from other
Oh,
cultural
they are.
background. Yeah.
They are. Yeah. And the one thing I noticed right after I moved here was how nice everyone is. Like literally,
Ah.
people are so nice here. People are so sweet here. They say sorry for no reason, so they'll apologize for no reason. Like like they'll say sorry, thank you. They hold doors for you. Like when they're entering a building, they'll wait for you to come in and they'll hold the door for you. So little things like these I noticed when I moved. Like it's normal for me now because I'm
Yeah.
part of it. But when I first moved here, it was very like it was new to me. So I was like, why are people this nice? Why are they would smile at you like strangers, people, random people who don't know you. They will be walking, and as soon as they pass you, they'll smile at you and say hi. So
Mm.
little thing like they're very nice, and everyone, of course, like there are different communities, so they're very accepting of new people.
Yeah, so the community actually makes you feel very warm and at home.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
So what like for example, I think a lot of our viewers would like to know about the migration and studies. So maybe just some things that like certain things that we need to be aware of when we want to apply for migration or maybe perhaps studying in Canada.
So first of all, uh again, as I said, the migration part, like the immigration part, my father did all of it. I didn't really start the application, but I did apply for my university from Pakistan.
Mhm.
So I applied as an international student because I still hadn't like landed here. I still didn't have my residence card or anything like that. So I applied as an international student from Pakistan. So the one thing I would say, there is um a lot of information I know on the internet,
Mhm.
and you can find literally everything on the internet. But uh, even like having all those things on the internet, I would say try to get some help from an expert. Okay, because there's like some like details of your application process that you might not understand properly, and that might you know risk your application. That might create some problem. So I also took help of my guidance and academic counselors in schools who knew how to apply for universities abroad, who knew how to apply for universities outside of Pakistan. So I took I took help from them, but but after that, like, just be very detailed in your
Mhm.
application. So be very, and be very honest. you know, don't uh, don't jeopardize your applications with something that's not true. So don't put any like fake documents or fake statements or nothing like that. So that's like one thing that I took away from my process. Not that I did it, but
Mhm.
like I knew from my process, and I knew looking at other people applying for it, that it doesn't matter if you get rejected, you get rejected, but just don't jeopardize your future there by putting in something that's not true, or um, trying to deceive
Or
the officials
cutting
here.
corners.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just be very detailed. Tell them what you have. Give them all the documents that you have, and it'll be okay.
Around on your estimation, like during the whole process, like how long is the whole process?
Well, migrate like the immigration one, I believe my dad applied and it took us 4 years at that time.
No.
4 years to
Okay.
get accepted. So it was in the process for 4 years, and then we got our acceptance. For my university, because it's a very standard process,
Mm-hmm.
uh, So it took me like however long it takes for the locals here to get accepted. It took me the same time,
Mhm.
maybe a couple months since, and I got like my acceptance after a few months. Uh, so, but then for more people, it might be different because I had my immigration process parallel like to my university process. So I didn't need a visa approval for my university, like as an international student. So maybe for other students who are not migrating to Canada, who are just applying to study, it might be different for them because they require a visa to get here. So it might be a different, time length
Different
of how,
process.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for the sharing. Now, of course, we know that once you landed on Canada, you need to find a place to stay, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, do you have any experience on like securing a place to stay?
Well,
Mhm.
so as I told you that I we stayed with one of our relatives here
Right.
for a bit while we searched for our own place to stay at.
Yeah.
Uh, but like we did find one right away, but then it took us like we have moved. So all my life in Pakistan, I didn't move at all. Like I was born in
Oh,
that one house and I grew up in that one house. It was like that one place was my house.
yeah. Forever
But
is that
yes, it's
house.
that house, right? But then when we came here, so during the first, I would say 4 to 5 years, uh, we literally moved like 3 to 4 times. So we kept moving.
Mm,
So because like we had to at first we got a place close to my university
mhm.
because my university was the most important, place where I had to commute to. As I told you that I used to commute 2 hours
2 hours.
from my relative's place. So then my parents made sure that they find a place close to my university, so I don't
Wow.
have to do that. Of course, my siblings can go to school in that area because they were younger. I'm the eldest. So they can go to a school like in that area. But for me, I had to be close to my university. So that's something, we had in mind. And then after that, for many reasons, we had to keep moving from one place to another. So that's how, like, kind of how we, kept moving. And now finally we have found a house that
Yeah.
we've lived in for about over 2 years now,
I
two to
think
three years.
during that process, it's the same for everyone. Like they are looking for a place that try
Fits
like
everything.
root
Yeah,
on it, yeah, and then they make it their home. So I think
exactly.
that's a pretty normal process
Yeah,
because like for other than your father, for you, this is the first time that you're moving to another country.
yeah,
Then this is the first time that you're gonna move to different houses as well.
exactly,
I think
exactly.
yeah, those experience I think is very interesting because some of the students they might visit Canada before, yeah, but in your case it's a permanent home at the
Permanent home.
moment you land on it.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So like right now, because you're working for IQI Canada, right? So for people who's looking for houses, where should they secure like information?
Well, there are a lot of online websites, where you can
Hmm.
find properties. Even you can go to Facebook Marketplace, and
Ah,
people have their listings on the marketplace.
so
So you
they
can
are
search.
actually active on Facebook Marketplace as well.
Yeah, so there are properties rental or even for sale. There are
Mm.
properties, excuse me, all on marketplace as well. And then there are other official websites as well,
Mm-hmm.
that they can go to. I'm not off the top of my head, I don't remember the names of the
Yeah.
websites, but if you search for like rental properties or properties for sale, you'll see official websites that you can search your search for properties um, according to an area or your budget or the number of bedrooms and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there are,
So
but then again, I would say, do take help of, or maybe if you can trust a real estate agent, if
mm,
you have some trustworthy realtor to that you can take help from that. They make things very easy for you. They take care of all the technicalities of all the paperwork and how things need to be done. So do take help of a realtor if you can.
yeah, I think from what we see now, right, is pretty easy to get information. So it will be better if, let's say, to our viewers, like you can compile certain informations first, like pinpoint, are you looking for Toronto? Then of course, our IQI Canada will be assisting you if,
Yes.
yeah, if you're looking for
Yes.
any houses. Because,
Of course, yeah. If you need help, anyone in Canada, if they need help, even if you're outside Canada and you're trying to move to Canada and you're thinking about where to how to find a house, of course, IQI Canada and our team is always here to help people.
yeah,
So yeah, whenever you just contact us.
yeah, because I think that compared to the past 10 years, right? So within these 10 years, we actually bloom a lot in terms of
Yes,
network and also communication wise.
yes,
So like 10 years ago, if you're talking about looking for Canada, it might be a bit hassle. So like right now, today we have a lot of tools to use like Zoom, right? We
yes,
got WhatsApp,
exactly,
all this.
exactly.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, technology wise, we're now like we know all the tools, so
Mm,
it is very easy to find places, but it's also very easy to communicate with an expert, a real estate agent. So there's no, I think, no hurdle in finding the right place for yourself.
yeah. Like, and also, let's say, Visa, I'm
Excuse me.
looking for a place. Okay, so is there anything that I need to be aware of?
Um, so as I said, when we were
Mm,
searching for a place, the first thing that I guess you need to look for is the location. So
mhm,
see what's the most important um thing for you, like where do you absolutely want to live close to, like in my case, it was a university. It might be a university that you want to be close to, or it might be, a workplace that you want to be close to. So see somewhere that you're not too far from that location, and then in that proximity, also see when you're looking for places, also see the
mhm,
neighborhoods that, if you find a place and you go look, you go see the place, see how the neighborhood is, because that makes a lot of difference. So
mhm,
see you if your energy matches, the energy of that neighborhood, if you have the right local stores and amenities around that place, so it's easy, so as easy as you would make for yourself, it will be easier
mhm,
to adjust to that new home, to that new place. It will be easier to adjust. If you're, make sure you look at, little details in your, like in the place that you're looking at. So like hygiene, cleanliness and stuff
mhm.
like that, you see those little things when you're choosing an apartment or a house. Things like that, make sure you carefully consider those details.
Yeah, I think. as what Fizza says, choosing a suitable neighborhood is actually very important. Of course, right now we can't fly to Canada with without any reason
Hopefully
for
soon.
sightseeing.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully soon. Of course, if you have any doubts about that neighborhood, right now we can actually YouTube, Google, yeah, and
Exactly.
even
You can,
live
yeah,
stream on the neighborhood.
exactly, exactly. And you see on Google as well, like if you go on Street View, you can actually see
Mhm.
the streets close by.
Yeah.
And you can ask someone to show you the neighborhood if if you're getting it from outside of Canada. So you can ask
Mhm.
the expert who's showing you or whoever is helping you find the place. You can ask them to show you the neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question will be just a bit on the lifestyle that you're having right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so like maybe you can share with us your day to day or the neighborhood that you are staying around.
So, well, I love my neighborhood now. I don't ever want to leave this neighborhood
Wow.
because
What's the name of your neighborhood?
so this is, I would say it's the Erin Mills area or the Churchill Meadows area. So there's
Okay.
a few, you know, close by neighborhoods that are very, popular. So
Mhm.
now that I live here, I found a lot of people um, that were from here that I've met, either in my university or my workplace.
Mhm.
Like even before IQI, wherever I used to work, I used to find a lot of people that were from this area. So this is a
Oh.
very this is a very popular area. I found out that this was a very popular area, and the main reason I like it, first of all, is the like I have a lot of Pakistani community here.
Mhm.
So, and plus I have uh like a lot of amenities nearby. So there are good schools because my younger brother goes to school. So I know it's a very good school that he goes to. Plus, um, there are stores like from restaurants to grocery stores to, gas stations and a lot of things like only under 5-minute drive from my house.
Mm.
So there's nothing that you cannot access, close to my house. There's always, you'll always find something. Tim Hortons, for coffee, Tim Hortons, Starbucks, everything is, close by. There are mosques, there are, churches, like even places of worship there here. So that, and then I laugh about it a lot because every time I search for a place on Google Maps, my workplace, so my last workplace, IQI, or if anyone gives me an address, you have to come here. So I searched from my home. The distance is always like the drive is always about 20 minutes. That's it. So
Wow.
I don't know what this place is. Whatever address I put on my Google Maps, it will be 20 minutes, like 15 to 20 minutes. So 17 minutes, 18 minutes, 21 minutes, something like that. So I like this area so much that everything is about 20 minutes from here. So nothing is too far. So
So
I that's why I
basically,
love this.
so basically, that's like the center of gravity of your
Yeah,
life
I
right
don't know
now.
how. Yeah, exactly. And center of, I don't know, GTA for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, So no matter if I have to go to Oakville, Brampton, Toronto, like, anywhere, because I live in Mississauga. So
Mhm.
Mississauga, all these areas that I was naming are part of the Greater Toronto area. So like right besides Toronto. So no matter where I have to go within, Greater Toronto area, within GTA, it's going to be about 20 minutes. So that's
Wow.
that I
It's,
love this about this area.
yeah, so to our viewers that want to migrate or study in Canada soon, right?
Yeah.
So take note, okay? Because from what we heard from Fizza, everything is just around there,
Around
20
there, yes.
minutes at most.
Well, yeah. If any international students are listening, I would say, yes. I mean, I love this area, and it is very close to a lot of places. And even if, you go to the University of Toronto Mississauga campus where I went, that is close. Like that's also again 15 to 20-minute drive. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but if you know my main advice to all the international students would be to find a place that closer to their university,
Mm-hmm.
because it will make their life easier, way easier.
Easier.
Because if they're not spending a lot of time commuting to their university, then they will
Yeah.
have a lot of time, to focus on their studies, to focus on other things. Because commuting takes a lot of your time if you're, further away from your university.
All right. Thank you so much for that sharing.
No problem.
So, lastly, do you have any takeaway notes for our viewers?
Well, one I already shared, how to choose your location if you're an international student. Other than that, I would say um, just, be yourself and uh, don't, think too much that this is, if you move to another country, don't think, like this is not, you cannot adjust here, or you just push your boundaries and get out there, and then make new friends, find the right people to surround yourself with, and then you, before you know it, you'll start calling this new country your home. You'll start feeling at
Wow.
home. So it's just a matter of finding the right people to be with.
Mhm.
If you have good friends, if you make good friends, and socialize as much as you can, so that you make good friends and you have a good company, and then you will miss your previous home less
Uh,
eventually.
yeah, that's very true because the community and also your network will help you in, finding and root yourself into the new place.
Correct, correct.
Yeah. All right. Of course, I think we reached the time for tonight. Thank you so
And
much,
thank you,
Fiza,
Danny. Thank you for
for
having
joining
me.
us. Yeah, for our viewers, thank you so much that you guys can join us today. So our program will be every Saturday, 9:30 p.m. GMT plus 8. So you guys can follow our Facebook page where, from time to time, we will have updates on different countries as well. And of course, hopefully, we will see Fiza soon.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully again.
with another sharing. Yep.
Perfect.
Okay, so
Anytime.
anytime, right, Fiza?
Yes, anytime, anytime.
Yeah. Okay, and of course, for those who are interested in knowing more about Canada, all this, our team is there for many years. All of them, they are very experienced. So do drop us a comment or just drop us a message on inbox. So we will get our team to help you out. All right. So thank you everyone for watching. My name is Danny Low, and thank you for having such wonderful time and sharing to us about what's your life in Canada.
Excuse me, sorry.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just have a
Yeah,
cold, not cold. Yeah,
yeah. So and hopefully we can travel to Canada very very soon.
hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. All right. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Open the light, we will rise up and see. We are strong, we are brave. to be